guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Louisa Jane. Hey. Today I'm going to be talking about the foundations I love, the foundations that haven't worked for me, and a few other little extra powders and little sprays here and there. So yeah, look forward to going through that all with you today. Obviously this is what works for my skin. Everyone's skin's a little bit different. So I don't really get my skin's not really too oily. It's more on the dry side, but obviously I don't like to put too many things that are too greasy, because then it goes the other way. So I've kind of got a combination skin, but I would say mostly dry. So these are the foundations that kind of work for drier skin, I would say. Over the years, my skin's got a little bit better in texture, but I would say it's still mainly a drier side of things. So yeah, these are all the foundations and bits that I use on a day-to-day basis. Nothing special. I don't have a foundation for special occasions. I just sort of put on what I feel like each day. Today I wanted to talk about sort of foundations, different options out there, things that I've found worked for me, things I found that don't work for me. One of my staples, which has been a staple for 5-10 years now, has been MAC face and body. This is the larger one. I've also got a small one for travel. I mean, it doesn't say it does anything exciting for your skin, but I've always found that the colour match has been so good, and like the consistency of the product, it stays for, it says up to 8 hours, but I find it lasts a lot longer. It's just a lovely foundation. It's not basic, but it's a solid foundation. So I always revert back to that in and out of other ones. But that's like one of my staples I really love. So yeah, MAC. I mean, I bought that massive one, lasted me ages, because obviously they do bigger ones because it is for body as well. Don't think I've ever really used it for my body. Obviously I know Kim Kardashian does like body foundations and stuff, and to be fair, it's probably really good for your body, because I suppose it's such a lovely coverage. I can imagine it being quite nice, and obviously sometimes I do get a bit patchy with my skin if I'm in the sun and things like that, so it probably would even it out really nice. So really, I don't know why I haven't used it in my body. But yeah, lovely foundation. We'll always have that in my back pocket if I've kind of dipping in and out the other ones. I know if I come one day and I think, okay, just need a foundation that's going to work, don't want to experiment with anything, don't want any no nonsense, the MAC face and body. Really good foundation, love it. Really lovely foundation, I really like that. I've been using it for a while. I decided at one point to come away from it just to try a different Tilbury foundation. I did go in, I always go in and get sampled in the shop, because I just wouldn't trust what I do. I've got this technology to do it online, but I'm just too scared. I'd rather see what I'm buying before I buy it, and then repeat buy online when I know my colour. I bought the Magic foundation, which is more of a matte. For some reason it looks very, very pale now, but it's probably because of my skin. But, I mean, I've used it a bit, but I must say, I didn't take to it. In the shop it seemed good, but I think it's too matte for me. I think I like a bit more of a dewy finish, so that's more of a dewy finish. Obviously, you don't always have to have the Wonder Glow underneath. That's still lovely and dewy without it. And then, obviously, the new foundation came out. So I was hearing good things about it. Always be young, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, okay, I'll give that a try. I resisted. I was pretty good. I resisted for about a month before I bought it. So I thought, I don't actually need any more foundations. I'm happy with what I've got. I was just being greedy. So, now I can't find it. Hold on a second. Okay, here it is. Beautiful skin. Again, went to the shop. Spoke to the staff. They swatched me with 2 colours, and was insisting number 7 is for me. I was like, I don't know. I was looking at some darker shade. Are you sure the next one up is for me? She's like, honestly, you need to pick this shade. So I was almost going to go against her. I thought, no, she's the professional. I'll get the number 7. So glad I did, because it was the right colour. Obviously, when you're in shop, sometimes the lights are a bit different to when you're outside. But since I got number 7, and I've had it during kind of not having a tan, I bought it, and then I wear it since I've got a bit of a tan, and it's still really, really good. I'm actually really impressed. I have noticed, they say it makes your skin a better condition. I have noticed my skin, because obviously I don't get much sleep with a baby, my skin has actually got better. I'd say it seems more youthful looking. See, I still have my lines because I'm old. So yeah, really impressed with that. Just pump out a little bit, as usual with all the foundations. I find I don't usually wear too much. You can build it if you want to. But yeah, tiny bit on the back of my hand. I apply all my foundations with my iconic brush. It's velvet wash. Yeah, I've tried different brushes. So the iconic one for me, everyone's skin texture is different. I've tried different brushes. I've got these brushes. I've even got the Charlotte Tilbury brush for contouring and foundation. But for me, just not for me. I'm not big on contouring. I'm not an expert. I do it look silly. I've bought the ones before. Doesn't really work for me. Might still practice a bit more. But for me, the iconic brush is the best brush. So once I put all my makeup on, I'll just put my creams on, foundation. I really love, this is a really lovely product. It's the Airbrush Flawless foundation, shade 2, medium. That powder is lovely. It looks so pale, especially for my skin. But it's lovely. I just dash it. I put a bit there, just to get away the shine. Then I just take away the shine on the nose, a little bit there. I don't like to put too much powder on my cheeks because I like the dewiness. But if you don't want any dewiness, it just soaks everything up. And I think it's really good. I think it's really nice for the pores, and I love it. I actually had one. I had taken one to a wedding. This is disgusting. And I came out of the car on the way back from the wedding, had it in my handbag. The handbag wasn't closed. Dropped it. It all smashed open on the floor. Bits of it. I have to say I was a tramp. It was on my own drive. Picking it up and putting it back in, praying I could save it. But trying to use it was just making a mess everywhere. So I did have to invest in a new one. I was upset. But to say that, I mean, the other one had lasted ages, so. Oh, one thing I have forgotten, it does seem like it's all Charlotte Tilbury, but it's not, is this, which I've had for 100 years. Probably need to buy a new one because I'm supposed to renew them. Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter. Beautiful product. Only problem is the packaging's a little bit messy. I found out straight away it was already like the lid leaks and it's always coming out. So I've kind of given up trying to fix it. I just work with it, leave it in. If I go on holiday with it, I know this has got to go in the bag because it's going to leak. Such a shame because you're losing a lot of products, but there's so much product in there and you need like the tiniest little dibs. And then you just work it into your skin and it kind of just evens everything out. Makes it kind of more. So I put a tiny bit there, couple bits here, jot that in, work that in. And then what I do is I kind of go from in out almost, like you're supposed to. And then I'll go in afterwards, put my foundation, my powder on top. I have been using blushes, really lovely. I used to use a lot of matte blush, those kind of things, really nice. But recently I haven't enjoyed having blush. One that was really good is the, I don't know if it's a blush, it's the Chanel. It's like the bronzer. That's a lovely product. I've had that for quite a long time. So I really love this. It's a lovely product. We'll continue using it again when I'm back in the mood for bronzer cheeks. At the moment, I'm just loving all over one shade. I don't know if it's because since I've been using that, not sure, but it's just the taste. But that is a lovely product. Wasn't cheap, but it wasn't crazy. I've had it for ages. So with that, I like a big bushy brush, which I can't find now. A big bushy brush. It's kind of like this brush, but not this brush. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, there it is. this huge brush by, I'm not even sure where this has come from. It's a large powder brush, 115. God knows where it came from. Probably Boots. But that brush is lovely. It's perfect kind of size. It's nice if you just want to puff yourself out a bit. Like I said, I do have like contouring products, but I've just not really got on well with them. So maybe I need to do a little bit more research with it and try them as well. So yeah, that's what I use. And then obviously, like I said, setting sprays. I've been a big fan over the years of NYC setting spray. There's like a dewy finish one. There's also a matte finish, which I finished. This dewy finish is dead, so I need to go head down and get some more. Really nice. But one of my favourite ones, oh, don't be fooled by this one now. I bought this one day just to try it. But it's basically full of a load of glitter. So you end up spraying your face with a load of glittery gold water. So I was a bit disappointed with that. So now I just use it as like body and leg spray. So like I'm going out, I just want it to look a bit more nice. So it's quite handy for that. The one that is good, the best, in my opinion, the best setting spray that I've tried. Obviously, I haven't tried all the brands. I haven't tried Tilbury setting spray. I don't know about that. But this is amazing. So not much left of that. So I'm going to get some of that as well. I think there's not much left of that because I just enjoy spraying it. I don't know. It doesn't even smell much. But no, the other ones smell like rose. I just love it. It's so, I don't know, it's really light. It mists really well. It's the Maybelline Lasting Fix makeup setting spray for up to 16 hours wear matte finish. Now, considering I don't like matte stuff, but this doesn't feel too matte because I often like my dewy finish spray from NYX. But this is lovely. I've just picked it up on a whim one day when I was buying some other bits. And didn't really think too much of it because I don't buy too many Maybelline things. But that spray, I've noticed I've worn this on holiday, been stupid and gone down to the pool with makeup on, I don't know. Thought I was, gone back to the pool in the sun, thinking, so I thought to myself, oh, when I get back to the room, I'm going to look like a right state. I thought, it's holiday, who cares? Came back to the room for dinner, didn't even need to redo my makeup. This was on point. I don't know. So this one is a must. It is 100ml, so you can take it in hand luggage, because that's always an issue with some of these things. Like I bought that once, and that was 120. Mac Y, don't make things 120. The 20ml just pushes it over the edge, and people have to go and buy that. Nah. So yeah, that is the best. Well impressed. So yeah, a little spritz of that. I would spray it now, but I'm on my last few mils. And then I just let everything dry. I usually have some kind of something to kind of, when I've done my face, I dry it and I do that just to fan myself. This is a face mask I haven't used for ages. Fan myself to let it dry quicker. I always put my mascara on afterwards. So the mascara I still love and will love forever is L'Oreal Telescopic. I just think it's such a nice mascara. The brush is just, you can see that the brush is so, it's like a curve. It just fits nicely. I have really short eyelashes, so it's a really nice mascara. I did actually buy Sky High by Maybelline, which, like I said, I don't usually buy Maybelline because there was so much hype about it. And it has a beautiful brush, and it actually did lovely things to my lashes to start with, but then afterwards it got a little bit clumpy, which I'm not really sure why, because it doesn't look clumpy on the brush. So I wear that sometimes still, but I have to be careful because sometimes I have to brush it out a little bit. But yeah, that was a nice one. And this is still the best. I've also bought in the past some other ones. So I bought a Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2 because I had the little tiny version and I really liked it. But that is really clumped out. Still nice, but I don't wear it that much. So I think you could try Oh, interesting enough, the sample one was volume, I think it was volume 1. No, it was volume 2, I don't know. That was the little sample and that was the big one. Things that haven't worked for me, but I'm gonna still experiment with, is my Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. It's not the contour wand, it's me. And I've never got very well on with the Magic Away Charlotte Tilbury liquid concealer. It is literally now stuck. And I found that it went up really quickly. Like, I've hardly used that and you had to really click it to get to the end. So that needs more practice. That I just didn't get on well with it. But this, so out of everything, I would say my two, it's hard to pick a favourite thing. My 3 favourite things. If I had to pick 3 things I couldn't live without, I'd go for Beautiful Skin, Maybelline, and the airbrush powder staples. I do my makeup in 5 minutes, which I can do a quick video to show everybody at some point. I'm not saying it looks the best, because it doesn't, but I don't have time. So if you have more time, I'm sure you'd be very good with this. But I have a baby, I'm lucky to put some makeup on before something happens. That's good. So yeah, those are my foundation, makeup, faves, and foes. Take care till next time.